Rompe, 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 rompe el silencio. Vamos a vencer el miedo de tenernos rom. Alright, before YouTube does anything, but this is my review of Vencer el Miedo. Vencer el Miedo is a telenovela that is aired this year in Mexico. It is produced by Rocío Campo for Televisa. And this telenovela starred Paulina Goto and Danilo Carrera. If you don't know them, it's okay, but it's a really good it's a really good telenovela, and I watched it through YouTube, and it's really short. It's like 46 episodes, and it's really good, and the cast has done a good job, and I really like the story. And it's about these four women, which there's the mom, her name is, there's the mom, who's played by Arcelia Ramirez. There's the lead, who's played by Paulina Goto. Her name is Marcela. And then there's there's a sister called Cristina, played by Jade Fraser. I call her Jade Fraser, things like that. But and then there's a granddaughter, which is from the son, who's played by Arcelia Ramirez's daughter, Emilia Berjon. And during the telenovela, they're facing their own lives. They're facing the experiences that happened to them. The mother's dealing with a husband, a very worthless bully of a husband, played by Alberto Estrella, who just puts her down. And the lead, Marcela, was hanging out with brown crowds, ended up in jail, many things like that. For this guy, whose character is called Romel, played by Emmanuel Palomares. And then there's the third, which is Cristina, played by Jade Fraser, who was sexually assaulted by a coach, and things happen to her, and she tries her best to find justice for what's going on. And then there's a daughter played by Emilia Berjon, who is who's like exploring feelings of love, like just things that occur in puberty, especially in young girls and young boys, as she starts to experience falling in love, things like that. And it talks about the situations such as teenage pregnancy, gangs, corruption, many things like that that's going on, not just in Mexico, but in every place of the world. And discusses, especially during this, because the telenovela was aired in the afternoons, which there are some things where they were very subtle. Instead of being explicit, they were much more subtle, but also like it was also worth acting and discussing about so many topics. And at the end of the episode, they always give not just advice, but like discussing programs to help and assist people, and just advice on things such as sex, such as domestic violence, such as many issues that are going on, which is really good. And the good thing is this story, it's based not just on the poor guy, rich girl, but it's about two leads that came from two different situations. While the lead, Omar, played by Danilo Carrera, he was an ex-addict who is investigating the death of his father. And so he's looking for clues, and thankfully his friend helps him out, and he ends up developing an alias in which he's finding answers to what's going on with the death of his father. But at the end of the episode, though, you'll be surprised to realize the people you think you aren't, and then there's more secrets, things like that keep the story interesting. Things like that. But it's also the fact that the cast did a really good job, and it's a really great telenovela that you can watch. And it's not only just a telenovela to entertain, but it's also like has a purpose to help people learn to advocate for themselves, to also do things to help other people, but also things that we as a community need to discuss. But this telenovela is really good. It's really not a long telenovela. And probably Univision will probably air it one day. Which they should, because, you know, Televisa, Univision, things like that. But anyway, I really enjoyed it though. And if you want, you can always find them on YouTube. And you'll really like it. Especially even if you don't know Spanish, things like that. I'd say, like, try it out. And right now, I'm still opening up videos and just giving out my first impressions, things like that. I'm not gonna do it as much because depending on work, many things like that. But like whenever like I have my own time, things like that. Hey, I always try to make sure I give you what you want, and I might call myself the drama king because at least you guys know where I'm coming from, but also get a chance to know everything. All right. Thank you guys so much, and just click subscribe, and trust me, it's still a work in progress, but hey. But if you have any suggestions, links, things like that, you can always comment and subscribe, and take care. Have a great night. Stay safe during this period that we're going through, and please wash your hands. And please and just make sure to take precaution. Thank you. And have a wonderful night as well.